Hello everyone, welcome back to youtube.com/Margo Kamaya. My name is Margo, and in today's episode, I would like to share with you a book, or not really a book, but an anthology of true crimes written by national artist for literature, Joaquin, under his pen name, Quijano de Manila. And we're gonna start with the first reportage on crime. So 13 horror happenings that hit the headlines in the 1960s. So let me just read to you the blurb, written by or found on this book. Quijano de Manila is the other name that national artist for literature, Joaquin, made famous during a journalistic career in which he ranged from police beat to disaster coverage and from news profiles to political punditry in a style that could be mockingly stark but always respected the reporting of fact. Right, so just to share with you, Joaquin, aside from being a journalist, he was also known for his stories or for his novels like The Portrait of the Artist as a Filipino, or is it Portrait of a Filipino as an Artist, and A Summer Solstice. Okay, alright, so why am I sharing this with you? Reportage on crime. Even though this true crimes happened in the 1960s, it still reverberates to us. No? If you've seen Philippine movies, out of the 13 essays or true crimes that were featured by Joaquin in this reportage book, there were 2 that was made into a movie. The first one, based on Joaquin's The House on Zapote Street. So The House on Zapote Street was made into a Mike De Leon movie. No? Mike De Leon directed it in 1980 or 81, called Kisap Mata. It starred Vic Salayan, Charo Santos Concho, and Jay Ilagan. The next movie that was made was Jaguar, directed by Dino Broca. The script was written by Ricky Lee, and it starred Philip Salvador. It's based on The Boy Who Wanted to Become Society. And the third one that I wanted to share with you, just to pique your interest, it's called Gun Duel at LVN, and it featured a young Joseph Erap Estrada. Not in a very good light because it involved a murder of another young actor. Right. So this is a very fascinating book, very interesting outlook, in terms of the 1960s Philippines and Philippine society during that time. So even though we are in the 21st century, we are 21st century readers, I think this would interest you. You would like to, I would like to recommend this, right? So you can get a copy from Anvil directly. They have an online store as well as stores in Shopee and Lazada. National Bookstore also carries this title. That's actually where I bought this. It's around, I think, between 500 to 600 pesos or even less. This is actually part of a series, no? So there are 4: Reportage on Crime, Reportage on Lovers, Reportage on Philippine Politics, and the last one is Reportage on Marcos, particularly the early years of Marcos, the 1960s Marcos, right? So the Reportage series is based on the articles or news that Joaquin wrote during the 1960s. And I really like Joaquin's style because even though it's true crime, it's very enjoyable reading. I think it still connects us, even though it's 1960s writing, it still connects the readers, the 21st readers. It will still get your attention, right? So again, I highly recommend this. Joaquin books, original books, are very sought after. The reportage essays actually were first printed in the 1970s, and then Anvil, in celebration of Joaquin's 100th birth centenary in 2017, came out with the reportage. I hope they also get the rights on the biographies that Joaquin wrote of celebrities, popular celebrities and politicians of the 1970s, that also came out in book form. It was also very popular and very sought after by book collectors. I hope they can get those rights and print it out so that it gets a wider and newer fans to Joaquin's writing. I would definitely buy them if I'm given the chance, and if Anvil or National Bookstore decides to come up with printing those. So that's it for me for today. If you have any suggestions, if you've read the Reportage series or this particular one, Reportage on Crime, don't hesitate to add your comments, right? Please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Stay safe, everyone. Take care and happy reading. Bye!